Hey guys, welcome. Today we'll be looking at PKI and SSL TLS. We are still on the introduction to cryptography room on Triac Me. Don't forget, this room is supposed to take about 240 minutes. And if 60 minutes make 1 hour, that's 6 times 4. So that's about approximately 4 hours to be done. I'm going to start the attack box so that it gets loaded while we cover the room. Going to minimize this exit split view. Let's get started. Using a key exchange such as the Diffie-Hellman key exchange, which is an asymmetric encryption algorithm, this allows us to agree on a secret key under the eyes and ears of eavesdroppers. This key can be used with a symmetric encryption algorithm to ensure confidential communication. However, the key exchange we described earlier is not immune to man-in-the-middle attack. The reason is that Alice has no way of ensuring that she's communicating with Bob, and Bob has no way of ensuring that he's communicating with Alice when exchanging the secret key. Let's consider the figure below. It is an attack against the key exchange explained in the Diffie-Hellman key exchange task. Now, these are the steps. Alice and Bob agreed on Q and G. Anyone listening on the communication channel can read these two values, including the attacker, Mallory. We can see Alice here, can see Bob here, and we can see Mallory here. As she would normally do, Alice chooses a random variable A, calculates capital letter A, and sends capital letter A to Bob. Mallory has been waiting for this step, and she has selected a random variable M and calculated the respective capital letter M. As soon as Mallory receives A, she sends M to Bob, pretending she is Alice. Bob receives M, thinking that Alice sent it. Bob has already picked a random variable B and calculated the respective capital letter B. He sends B to Alice. Similarly, Mallory intercepts the message, reads B, and sends M to Alice instead. Alice receives M and calculates the key. Bob receives M and calculates the key. Alice and Bob continue to communicate, thinking that they are communicating directly, unaware that they are communicating with Mallory, who can read and modify the messages before sending them to the intended recipient. This successfully necessitates some mechanism that would allow us to confirm the other party's identity. This brings us to the public key infrastructure PKI. Consider the case where you are browsing the website example.org over HTTPS. How can you be confident that you are indeed communicating with the example.org servers? In other words, how can you be sure that no man in the middle intercepted the packets and altered them before they reached you? The answer lies in the website certificate. The figure below shows the page we get when browsing example.org. Most browsers represent the encrypted connection with some kind of a lock icon. This lock icon indicates that the connection is secured over HTTPS with a valid certificate. At the time of writing, example.org uses a certificate signed by DigiCert Inc. as shown in the figure below. As we can see, in other words, DigiCert confirms that this certificate is valid till a certain date. This is what the certificates look like. For a certificate to get signed by a certificate authority, we need to first generate certificate signing request, CSR. Here, you are going to create a certificate and send your public key to be signed by a third party. Then, you send your CSR to a certificate authority. The purpose is for the CA, the certificate authority, to sign your certificate. The alternative and usually insecure solution would be to self-sign your certificate. For this to work, The recipient should recognize and trust the CA that signed the certificate. And as we would expect, our browser trusts DigiCert Inc. as a signing authority. Otherwise, it would have issued a security warning instead of proceeding to the requested website. As you can see here, we have DigiCert being trusted. You can use OpenSSL to generate a certificate signing request using this command. We use the following options. This rec new to create a new certificate signing request. The note to save private key without a passphrase. The new key to generate a new private key. Then the RSA 4096 to generate an RSA key of size 4096 bits. The key out to specify where to save the key. The how to save the certificate signing request. Then you'll be asked to answer a series of questions as shown in the console output below. This is requesting to generate a certificate signing request. Then we can see the questions. We are about to be asked to enter information that will be incorporated into your certificate request. What you're about to enter is what is called a distinguished name or a DN. There are quite a few fields, but you can leave some blank. For some fields, there will be a default value. So once the CSR file is ready, that is certificate signing request file is ready, you can send it to a CA of your choice to get it signed and ready to use on your server. Once the client, that is the browser, receives a signed certificate it trusts, the SSL, CS, TLS handshake takes place. The purpose would be to agree on the ciphers and the secret key. We have just described how PKI applies to the web and SSL TLS certificates. A trusted third party is necessary for the system to be scalable. For testing purposes, we have created a self-signed certificate. For example, the following command will generate a self-signed certificate as it is shown here. Excuse me. The -X509 indicates that we want to generate a self-signed certificate instead of a certificate request. The SHA-256 specifies the use of the SHA-256 digest, which will be valid for 1 year as we have added 365 days. To answer the questions below, you need to inspect the certificate file sat.pm in the tax06 directory. You can use the following command to view your certificate. Open XSL X509 insert pem.txt. Okay, so I'm going to show my attack box. Show split view. Should be fully loaded by now. I think my network is poor. So on the attack box, you can find the directory for this task located at this. So we are going to navigate to that. Open up the terminal. We are going to navigate to that. CD, okay, sorry, CD roots, rooms, cryptography, intro, dash task 06. So we are okay. What's happening? No search. Oh, I did roots. Sorry, I typed roots. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go. So we are going to list the content of this. We have the sat pem and the key pem. So on the attack box, okay, we've done that. What is the size of the public key in bits? Of the public key. Okay, let's see. To answer the questions below, you need to inspect the file sat pem. So you're expecting, okay, you've been told, oh, this is the ins. Open SSL, insert pem, textless. Okay, we are grepping, okay. Open SSL, shit. X509 in set.pem. Let's see what comes out first. Oh, okay. I can see why we need to use less now. Okay. I was wondering why we had to use less. Less. Okay. Okay. So what is the size of the public key in bits? Let's look. We have 4096 bits. We have it here. So 4096. 4096. That's what we have initially. Okay. Till which year is this certificate valid? It's valid till 2039. 2039. Okay, with that, we've come to the end of this task, which is about public key infrastructure, certificate signing, and why your browser will trust the website that you are visiting. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.